Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Up and Moving. My name is Isaac Wiedig. I'm a graduate student in the Kinesiology and Integrative Physiology department at Michigan Tech. And our goal with Up and Moving is to help keep people physically active by giving you virtual workouts that you can follow along with both live on Zoom, as well as recorded workouts that you can go back and watch and follow along with at any time. And those are on both our YouTube channel and also our website, upandmoving.org. So you can visit either place to find our archived workouts. Today's workout, we've got our Saturday surprise. So you never know what you're going to get on Saturday when you show up. What we're going to do today is focus on an aerobic workout. So we're going to get on our feet. We're going to keep our bodies moving for about a half hour here. Great way to kick off your weekend. So the plan for the workout is we're going to start off with a light warm up. We'll get ourselves up and moving here, things loosened up. Then we're going to go into an aerobic workout where we're going to have 10 exercises, 10 different exercises. We're just going to move through those one after another with a slight break in between. So we'll have a lot of variety today, lots of movement. Only thing that you're going to need is a water, have that near you. Other than that, no equipment. We're just going to be using our bodies today. So let's go ahead and we'll jump into our warm up here. All right, so first thing we'll start off with, let's just go for some marching in place here. So I'm going to get those arms pumping, try to drive the knee up to my chest. Go through a few different movements here at a nice low intensity. We'll start to bring our heart rate up a little bit. Then when we get to the actual workout portion, we can increase that intensity a little bit. Good. Think about trying to drive those knees up as high as you can here. Get a good arm swing in. Perfect. And we're going to switch exercises in 3, 2, 1. And we're going to go to a little quad stretch here. So grabbing that ankle, reaching the other hand up for the sky. So a light stretch in the front of that leg. Perfect. And as you're loosening up here, you can hold that stretch for a little bit longer if you want on each side. Perfect. We're going to switch our movement up here in 3, 2, 1. Good. We're going to go to some hamstring scoops. So what you're going to do is you're going to step a heel out in front of you. You're going to scoop down towards that foot with those hands. Kick that other leg out in front. We're going to scoop down, getting a little stretch in the back of your leg and your hamstring here. Really trying to move at that hip. So you can see I kick that leg out and I almost push my hips back. Scoop those hands up. Just keep alternating side to side here. Good, keep that up. That one feels good. My hamstrings are a little sore today. Feels nice to get a little stretch on there. Perfect. Nice job. We're going to go for about 3 more seconds here. 2, 1. Great. Next movement we're going to go into is a little reverse lunge. So you're going to be stepping back with one foot into this lunge. Then you're going to take that torso. You're going to rotate it towards your knee that's up. Then we're just going to flip flop and go to the other side. So stepping back, rotating, back to center, rotate. Starting to get those knees, hips warmed up, moving our spine a little bit here. As you start to loosen up here and you feel more comfortable, you can step that lunge all the way down to the floor. If you're comfortable doing that, you can actually touch that knee on the floor. Try to rotate a little further every time you do it as you're loosening up here. Try to look around a little bit further. Perfect. And again, just those quarter squats are good if you can't get that back knee all the way to the floor. Or quarter lunges, pardon me. Good. We're going to go for 3, 2, 1. Good. All done there. Next one we're going to go into is a little side lunge. So we're going to get our feet a little wider apart. We're going to lean towards one leg and then shift over, lean towards the other leg. So take those hands, put them on your knee or your thigh. This leg that you're leaning away from is going to stay nice and straight. We should get a stretch on the inside of that leg. We're just going to keep rocking side to side, get that nice stretch on that groin. Perfect, nice work. This one's another one that always feels really good. Perfect. Let's go for about 5 more seconds here, get a few more in. 3, 2, 1, great. All right, let's get a little jog going here. So get those feet off the floor, we're pumping those arms. Start really working on getting that heart rate up a little bit here. So while we've got the jog going, let's go ahead and get some forward arm circles in. So keep your feet pumping. And now we're coming into some arm circles here. Start to loosen up those shoulders a little bit. Good, nice work. And let's get really big arm circles. Try to make them as big as you can here. Great. We're going to go back to a jog in place in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Back to that jog in place. Try to get those feet off the floor again. Pump those arms. Awesome. All right. We're going to switch our movement up a little bit. We're going to go to a side step. So stepping out and then bringing that other foot over to the foot that you stepped with. Going side to side here, a little bit of bend in my knees, a little bit of bend in my hips. Good, moving side to side. We're going to bring some arm swings into this. So as we're moving side to side, bring those arms across the front of your body. Good, nice work. Perfect. We've got one more movement here for our warm up. Then we'll take a little water break, recover, and get into the actual workout here. Let's go right back into that jog in place again. Arms pumping. We got those feet coming off the floor. And we're going to go into backward arm circles. So opposite direction that we were doing last time. Keep those feet moving. Get into some nice big circles here. Try to keep those feet pumping. Heart rate should be elevating a little bit here. We're breathing a little harder. We're going to end in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, and that's time. All right. Let's take a second here to grab some water, a little break. And I'll explain to you a little bit more about what our actual workout's going to look like here while you're recovering. So we have 10 exercises. They're all aerobic-based exercises that we're going to be doing from our feet. So you don't need any equipment or anything crazy. Real easy today, switching from one exercise to the next. We're going to do each exercise for a minute. And then in between those minutes, we're going to take a 30-second break. But I want to encourage you to make it an active break if you can. Now, if you're totally out of breath and you got to, stand or take a seat for a little bit, feel free. But in between each of our exercises, I'd encourage you to keep a little jog going or if you want to keep a side step going. We're going to try to keep it, we're only going to have about 15 minutes of work, but we want to keep our bodies moving during that 15 minutes if we can. All right. So let's get into our first exercise here. We're going to go for a minute, and this is jumping jacks. So we can either do a jumping jack where we're stepping out with our foot, or we can do a jumping jack where we're hopping. So the hopping is going to be a little bit higher intensity, going to be a little bit harder. So pick one of those variations that works for you. So let's get started with our jumping jacks here in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So begins our 15 minutes of constant movement here. I'll let you know when we're at the 30-second marker. If you want to increase your intensity, if you feel like you need to get a little bit more out of it, you can bump up the intensity. Good, nice work. We're at 30 seconds. I'm going to go to a full jumping jack here. Try to push myself a little bit more. Good, keep it up, almost there. Got 15 seconds left. Down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, good. Let's keep a little bit of movement going. We can slow our intensity down, whether it's a walk in place or a side step, or if you want to walk around your room, you can. We got a 30-second break. Next exercise we're getting into here while you're breaking, it's going to be a speed skater. So you're going to be hopping from one foot over to the other, little bend in the knee and the hip, almost like you're a ice skater moving down the ice. So we're starting in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Into speed skaters. So a way that you can make these easier or harder, you can slow the pace down. Take a smaller step side to side, or you can increase the intensity by taking a bigger hop out to the side, or trying to make it really quick as you move from side to side, trying to get from one foot to the other quickly. So up to you to self-select your pace there. Got 30 seconds left. Down to our last 15. Keep it up. And down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So we can go to our little active break here. Try to keep yourself moving. If you need a drink during these active breaks, grab a sip of water here. Keep ourselves moving a little bit. Next exercise here is going to be a high knee. So when we get to it, we're going to be driving those knees up quickly, pumping those arms. If you need to make this harder, you can actually get into a hop here and drive those knees. So a couple variations. We're starting in 3, 2, 1, and here we go, high knees. So drive that knee up to your chest, pump those arms. We want to make these quick. The second one foot touches the floor, the other one is coming back up. Good. And if you need a break at any time during our workout here, feel free to take a little break, catch your breath, get a sip of water. You can rejoin us if we're still going. We got about 20 seconds left. I'm going to bump the intensity up here. Go into a little hop. 10 seconds left. Hang in there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is time. Good. All right, little break. Let's keep ourselves moving here. 30 seconds. Get a little march going if you need to. Grab a sip of water. All right, next exercise is we're going to be skiing. So you're going to come up on your toes. And then pretend like you're double poling down the trail here on your skis. If you want to make this a little harder, you can get a little hop. So go into a hop. And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So up onto the toes, full extension, and then push yourself with those poles. Squeeze your abs down here at the bottom. Good work. We got 30 seconds left on this one. So I'm going to get into a little hop here. Make it a little bit harder for our last 10 seconds. Really think about pushing yourself down that trail on those skis. 3, 2, 1, and time. Good. Let's keep ourselves moving again. Little side step. Or walk around your room. If you need a drink of water, grab that now. Little break here. All right. Next exercise we have coming is a ladder climb. So you'll be pretending that you're climbing up a ladder here. So arm and leg are going to lift together, almost like you got a string on your elbow attached to your knee. And you're reaching for rungs of that ladder and stepping up. Starting in 3, 2, 1, here we go. So your pace with these is going to dictate how tough these are. So the faster you go, it's going to be a little bit harder. And then if you want to make this really tough, you can actually get a little hop in there. Keep your feet pumping off the floor and reaching for the sky. A lot of different variations. I'm going to keep it slow right now. Got about 30 seconds left here. And again, feel free, take a break. If you feel like you need one, catch your breath and you can rejoin us. 10 seconds. I'm going to bump my intensity up here. 3, 2, 1, time. Good. All right. Keep ourselves moving a little bit. And remember, you can control the pace on these exercises if you feel like it's getting tough. It should be at this point. That's what we're aiming for, but just slow it down. Go at a pace you can tolerate. Okay. And our next exercise we have, I'll give us a little bit longer break here, is going to be hurdles. So grab a drink of water if you need it. For our hurdles here, we're going to be jogging in place. Every time you hear me say jump, we're going to hurdle to the side. Jump, you're going to hurdle to the other side. So every time I say jump, it's like you're hurdling over something. If you want to just make a step to the side, you can. If you want to make it a little bit harder, really think about jumping over something and hurdling off to your side. All right, we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Let's get that jog going. And jump, hurdling, and jump, 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 jump. Good. Hang out here for a second. We're at 30 seconds. And jump, 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 jump. 10 seconds. Jump, jump, jump. See if you can hang in here with me. Jump, jump, and time. Good. Perfect. All right. Let's bring it down a little bit. Take a little bit of a break here. I'm just going to sidestep it out. You can walk around your room. Next one we're going to, worst exercise, I hate these. I don't know why I picked these for today. We're going to do some burpees. So a couple variations, you can reach down as far as you can and get a hop. So look something like this. Reach down, jump up. Alternatively, you could do a full burpee where you're coming down into this push-up position and then hopping back and doing your jump. So a couple variations to try. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So reaching down, getting a hop. Gotta face my timer so I can see where we're at here. Good job, guys. We have a few more exercises left, so we're getting there. Hang in there, control your pace. You want to keep that heart rate elevated, but if you feel like it's a little bit too high, feel free to slow her down, take some more breaks. I'm gonna wait for the last 10 seconds and then I'm gonna do some burpees to the floor here because I don't know if I can make it much longer than that. And we're at 10 seconds right there. Down to 3, 2, 1, and time. Good. All right. Little active break. You can keep those arms pumping, step in place. I'm going to give us a little bit longer break here. Burpees always take it out of you. So get yourself a drink of water. Try to keep those legs moving if you can. All right. Go for about 20 more seconds of rest here. Again, you can walk in place, you can sidestep, swing those arms if you need to. Next exercise that we're going to go into while you're breaking here, we're going to go into a little squat jump. So I'll show you what these look like. So you're going to start from a standing position, feet close together. You can get a little hop and then you're going to land out in a squat with your feet wider apart and those knees bent. Then you're going to jump back to that standing position. So we're just kind of going just like this. The lower you drop on that squat, the harder these are going to be. So that's one thing you can keep into consideration. Also, your speed that you try to go will make it easier or harder. Okay, starting in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So starting upright, drop into the squat, back up, drop to squat. Right, so we can speed that up a little bit if you want to make it a little bit harder, but you don't like a deep squat. Or we can drop all the way down into a really deep squat. If you've got the mobility and it feels okay on your knees to get there, hopping out, dropping that butt down. It's a couple different ways we can do this here. We're at 30 seconds. This one starts to burn the quads by the end. So if you're feeling it in your legs, that's normal. Down to about 10 seconds here. I'm going to go into a nice deep squat for these last few seconds. Down to 3, 2, 1, and that is time. Good. Let's keep ourselves moving. Little break, get some water if you need it. Oh boy, the sweat is really starting to pour out now. Good. All right, last and final exercise here. Sorry, we have 2 more. I lied. Sorry to get you too excited. First one we have, or next one we have is a floor touch. So I'll show you what this looks like as you continue to recover here. So what you're gonna be doing, stepping out, reaching down for the floor, coming back in. Stepping out, reaching down for the floor with that other hand. If you can't quite reach the floor, that's okay. Just step out and reach down. All right, so you're stepping in, other leg out, reach down, in, other leg out, reach down. All right, we're gonna start here in 3, 2, 1, here we go. So reaching down, Stepping out with that other side. Perfect. This is another one that gets pretty tough after a minute here. So if you need a break before we make it to the end, go ahead and take one. No shame in that. I'm probably gonna need one too here. This circuit's kicking my butt. Good, we're at 30 seconds, so we got 30 left. If you want to pick the pace up or you want to try to reach down and actually touch the floor on these last few, make it a little bit harder the lower you go on these. Good, down to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, done. Beautiful. Okay, last exercise coming up. So let's go ahead and take a little active break here. Try to keep yourself moving. Good, get some good deep breaths in before our last minute. And then after this, we've done it. We'll go into the cool down. Okay. All right, last one is a side shuffle. So what we're going to be doing, starting on one side of the room, you're going to shuffle across, get to one side, shuffle back to the other. Now we want to keep the knees bent, a little bend in those hips. We're not standing straight upright. You can if that feels more comfortable for you, but I challenge you to get into a little bit of a squat. Okay, and let's start in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So into that squat. Shuffling, we're bringing one foot over to the other. I'm not crossing my feet. One foot over to the other and then take another step. Good. Now, if you want to make this harder, we can speed this up, where you're trying to get from one side to the other as quick as you can here. Good work. We're at 30 seconds. We got 30 left. We are done. We made it. Good. Nice work. 15 seconds. Want to make it a little harder, drop a little lower into that squat. Maybe try to move quicker across the room here. We're almost done. Break is coming. Down to 3, 2, 1, and that is break. Good. Nice work. So let's take some time here to get a sip of water. Let our heart rates come down a little bit. And we just successfully did about 30 minutes straight of physical activity. So that was good. We had our heart rate elevated for a pretty long period of time there. I don't know about everybody watching from home, but I think about halfway through those exercises, maybe, I'm thinking when we got to about the burpees was when I was feeling like I was ready to clock out, but we did it. We made it through. Whew. All right. So we'll go into just some low intensity kind of stretches here. Let the heart rate come down. Good, quick, efficient workout this morning. No equipment required. You can do it right from home. All right. So I think first thing let's go into here is let's go back into those hamstring scoops that we started with in our warm-up, where we're kicking that heel out in front, scooping those hands down, and we can get some stretches here in the hamstrings. Think about trying to pull the toes up towards your head here. We'll give you a little bit deeper stretch in that hamstring. And we can take our time, go nice and slow with these. Sorry, I'm rushing them. We're in our cool down here. This is time to relax, slow down, scoop down to those feet and up. Good. Perfect. Let's get just a few more in here. I'd say one more each side. Good, last one. Perfect, nice job. All right, next one we'll go to here. We're gonna do some teapots. So you'll put a hand on your hip and a hand over your head. And you're gonna reach off to the side, get a stretch through your back here and through your trunk. Trying to reach over to the wall. Then we can take it slowly, transition to this other side. Reach over the other way. Hold for a second, and then we're gonna flip flop back. Nice job, other side. Nice slow transition here. The other side. Last one. Good reach, hold, try to reach for that wall over there. Perfect, good. All right, last one we'll do here as our cool down. Boy, my shirt is soaked. It was a good workout. Next one here, we're gonna hinge down for our toes. And then once we kind of get our hips locked in place, where we can't move at our hips, then we're gonna just let our back round out. Reach down, and then what we're going to do is roll up nice and slow, sort of one vertebrae at a time, trying to keep it a little bit rounded until we get to this upright position. Then we can lift those hands up, look at the ceiling, get a good extension. We got a Y going with our arms, and then we're going to go right back down into that hinge. Down, hamstrings at first, and then we're going to let our back sort of round and almost just let your body hang. And then we're going to come up nice and slow here, keeping a little bit around in that back. You can let your head down up to the top. Extend the arms, look at the ceiling. Hold for a second, and then we're going to come back down. Again, nice and slow. Stretch the hamstrings first. Then we let the back round. Dangle those arms, no tension. And then slowly roll it up. And into our extension. Perfect. Let's go for one more of these. So hinge at the hips, little stretch in the hamstring. Then we let our back round out. Arms hang. Roll up one vertebrae at a time from the top up. Good, and then extend and look at the ceiling. Perfect, all right. Well, that brought the heart rate down a little bit, feels good. I wanna thank everybody for joining me here this morning on Saturday for our surprise workout. Hope that you enjoyed it. We packed a lot of work into a short amount of time, but that's a great way to start off your Saturday. You got the whole rest of the day. Everybody have a great weekend. And our next live workout is going to be next Thursday at 9:30 a.m. So you can find the Zoom link for that at upandmoving.org. Also, that's where all of our archived workouts are. So if you want to watch some other workouts that we've already recorded before next week, please do that. And we'll see y'all next time.